is Steffani Jemmott, and I'm a visual artist based in Barbados. A bit about my creative practice: it sits at the intersection of art, research, and cultural preservation. It focuses on lives and narratives of marginalized communities. This is a theme that I explore in both my physical approach to art, being my paintings, sculptures, videos, etc. And now I'm exploring this idea in the creation of a digital database for the Caribbean. My work often draws from historical references like the Dutch Golden Age, particularly focusing on still life paintings from historical references like portraitures, which once used to capture nobility and elite circles. I am interested in reframing the idea that tradition to everyday Caribbean individuals, people whose stories are often overlooked, yet the contributions to the cultural life are just as meaningful. Using both the casting techniques, so I make bas relief casts, and digital. I also explore digital media with the idea of wild plants, particularly weeds. These weeds mirroring human behaviors around rejection, survival, and invisibility. This metaphor guides much of my work as I create the bas reliefs, and it has showcase in my digital archives to preserve these symbolic forms. So I've always been deeply aware of how underrepresented the Caribbean remains in the global cultural discourse, especially in digital and institutional spaces. And this awareness has grown into a passion project, which would be the creation of a digital database that archives and celebrates Caribbean art and heritage. I'm also interested in the idea of taxonomy and classification. This curiosity has now become integral to my understanding of digital humanities. It lays together, it ties my interests in art conservation, archival work, and the importance of giving the Caribbean a platform to tell its stories. My journey in this field has been both academic and deeply personal, and my idea here is just to shed light on the richness of the Caribbean culture and ensure that its legacy is preserved and accessible. Being enrolled in the postgraduate diploma in digital art history at the University of St. Andrews has been a great step in bringing my ideas to life. The program is merged with both the art history department and data science department, and together this mesh of the two programs has given me a lot of tools that I directly align with my vision to build a comprehensive digital platform for the Caribbean. So we have modules such as digital cataloging and spatial analysis and a bit of coding on the data science side. And I started to understand how art history and technology could merge to create this inclusive and expansive archives. And the merging of these disciplines does come with the challenges, especially when navigating systems that weren't built with Caribbean access in mind. The software recommended in the course demands more from my device than it could probably handle, and working across the time zones could be a bit difficult, but all that aside, it's been a deeply rewarding program, and we do get to learn stuff like we do get to learn technologies like machine learning and tools such as Polycam when dealing with digital 3D renderings. And it's been pretty exciting so far. What excites me the most about this course, however, isn't just the idea about preservation, but is also about helping the Caribbean to be within these spaces as well and tell it from our point of view. So in addition to writing papers, we have to do the actual physical work. So we get to explore 3D renderings, as said, and one project in mind that I did have to interact with was the idea of creating the digital rendering of the Duin character, which is Trinidadian folklore, and bringing these ideas to life through 3D has given me a different perspective of how we could preserve our culture, and interacting with ideas like video games and virtual reality and augmented reality, and including this into the museums is all a part of the idea of building our database, our archiving, some of our different methods of archiving the Caribbean history. I would say a bonus of studying at the University of St. Andrews would be having digital access to a lot of Caribbean historical documents and just a peek into their archives, which is very fun for me. Initiatives like Tender are incredibly valuable. There's still a pressing need for more sustained support systems for contemporary creative practitioners in the Caribbean. I would definitely say beyond funding, we need regional mentorship programs, artist residencies that encourage cross-island collaboration, and infrastructure that supports long-term archival and digital literacy goals. I think that comes hand in hand with the idea of having a shared open access digital archive, not just by myself, but co-created by artists and researchers and cultural workers across the region. Having something like this could definitely shift how we view our past and shape our future. Is about building something that's not only sustainable but definitely rooted in care for stories, the Caribbean stories. And alongside this, I would say IP courses, intellectual property, copyrights, workshops where artists are able to have some kind of mentorship and knowledge about how to navigate the art world. Creative rights. These are things that I think would be very interesting to incorporate into the Caribbean.